Fightmaster yoga fans, I'm Adam.
And I'm Stephanie, and we are
Fit Couple Cooks.
While we love doing yoga together, our specialty is making healthy eating easy and affordable. So come on over to our channel if you're looking for some new meal prep ideas to couple with your yoga routine. See you there.
Bye guys.
Hi, it's Leslie Fightmaster and welcome to Fightmaster Yoga. I am so glad that you're here today. We're going to do a total body workout class today. So let's start by sitting up nice and tall. Don't forget to subscribe while you're here, by the way. As you're sitting tall, root down into your sitting bones. Lengthen up through your spine. Start to take some longer breaths in and out through the nose. Lift your chest. And just set aside everything you have going today, just for the next 30 minutes or so. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Take a moment to set an intention for your practice today. As always, all intentions are always welcome. This is just time for you, and I am so glad that you've taken some time for yourself today. It's so important. Good for you. And we're going to come forward onto our knees and just press all the way back into a child's pose. Let's take the knees a little wide, unless it doesn't feel comfortable. Otherwise, take your knees a little bit wide and reach your arms forward. Hips are moving back toward the heels. You could also rest your head on the mat or on your hands or even on a block. If you have two blocks and a strap, keep them handy by the front of your mat. Usually that's what we'll need. If you have knee issues at all and you need to pad up your knees, then grab a blanket. On your next exhale, walk your hands to the right and shift your hips to the left. Stretch out through the left side of your body. And inhale, center, exhale, and make your way off to the left, hips to the right. Stretch through the right side of the body. And then inhale, walk the hands to center. Bring your knees in a little bit closer now. And then come on to your hands and knees. Inhale, bring your chest forward. As you exhale, round your back. And draw your belly in and up, and then take the hips all the way back to the heels. Reach the arms forward. Inhale. Come up onto the knees. Bring the chest through. Lift the chin. Lift the tailbone up. Shoulder blades toward the waist. As you exhale, start to round your back. And bring your chin slightly in as you take your hips all the way back to heels for child's pose. Inhale onto the knees. Bring the chest through, lift the chin, lift the tailbone up, and exhale, rounding the back. Draw the chin in and take the hips all the way back to the heels. And a long inhale again, come on forward. Widen across the collarbones. Lift your chin and tailbone, exhale, and round the back, take the hips all the way back toward your heels. And then come on up, inhale, tuck the toes, lift your knees, exhale, stretch back. And I'll start to bicycle the legs, bend one knee and the other. Just warm up the hamstrings a bit, the calves. Make sure your arms are shoulders distance apart. Spread the fingers out nice and wide. Press into the base of the fingers. Lift the forearms away. And press a little extra into the thumb and first finger sides of your hands as you turn your outer upper arms, your triceps back towards your feet. Then inhale, make your way to plank pose, top of a push-up. Exhale, slowly lower down to the belly. Bring your hands by your lower ribs. And then clasp your hands at your lower back and inhale, Shalabhasana, lift up. Widen your collarbones, lift your inner thighs up, lift the legs from the inner thighs, tailbones lengthening toward heels. Keep the back of the neck long, don't crunch your neck. And then exhale, relax. You can rest your forehead on your hands if you like. Back to your breath. Always take your attention back to your breath whenever the mind wanders. Then interlace your hands again, other pinky on top. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the legs from the inner thighs, stretch out the front of the body, keep the back of the neck long, and breathe here. Keep the belly lifting away from the floor. And then slowly come down and rest. And now slide your hands by your lower ribs. Inhale for cobra. Peel the chest up. Pull the hands toward the feet. Press all 10 toenails into the floor. Stay or come into upward facing dog. Shoulders right above the wrists. Then tuck the toes. Lift the hips for downward facing dog. Arms are shoulders distance. Feet are hips width. Straighten the legs as much as you can. Firm the leg muscles. And look forward, bend the knees, step or walk your feet to your hands. Take an inhale or hop. Come halfway up. As you exhale, fold forward, hips over heels if the legs are straight. Press down through your feet, rise up, look up, inhale. And exhale to Samasthiti, steady balance posture. So I'm going to have my blocks handy toward the front of the mat, as I may want to use them. And find your Tadasana here. Press evenly through the feet. Lift the belly. Inhale, sweep the arms out, around, and up. Exhale, hinging forward. Uttanasana, hips over heels. Bend the knees as needed. Then inhale, come halfway up. Look up, lengthen. Exhale, step back into plank pose. And lower chaturanga, shoulders no lower than the elbows, please. Inhale, press through the hands and feet. Roll the shoulders back and exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. This is Surya Namaskar A, or Sun Salutation A. Keep the low belly lifted, gaze between your knees or your feet. And breathe here. Pull in through the belly. And then look up, bend the knees, step or hop the feet. Take an inhale, lengthen halfway. As you exhale, fold forward. On your inhale, root down through the feet, rise up, stretch up, and then exhale, bring the hands down. Inhale again, sweep the arms out, around, and up. Exhale, hinging forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look up. Exhale, step back into plank. Actually, no. Step your right foot back. Take your right knee to the floor. Sorry. And inhale, reach up. Pat up that right knee if it needs any padding. Pull the left hip back. Stretch up through arrow straight arms. And then exhale, bring the hands down. Tuck the toes, back toes. Come to plank. And slowly chaturanga all the way down to the floor. Hands by low ribs. Inhale. Cobra. Peel the chest up. Press all 10 toenails into the floor. Pull the hands toward the feet. Then exhale. Press up to plank. Knees up or down. Lift the hips for down dog. And then inhale. Right leg lifts from the inner thigh. Exhale. Step it up by the right hand. And take your left knee to the floor. Right knee's over the ankle. Pad up the left knee if it needs padding. And inhale. Reach up. Try to keep the lower back lengthening. Pull the ribs and the belly in. And then exhale, bring the hands down, tuck the back toes, step your left foot all the way to the front of the mat. Then inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, press down through your feet and rise up. Exhale, bring the hands to Samasthiti at the front of the mat. We're going to do another one. Sometimes this is called Surya Namaskar C. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees and step your left foot back. Take the left knee down. Make sure right knee is over ankle. Inhale, stretch up through the arms. Pull your right hip back. Ribs in. Exhale, sweep the arms back in a big circle. And inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, circle the arms like you're moving through water. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, big circle around. And take the hands down. Lift the knee, come to plank. Chaturanga, knees up or down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press back. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, slowly step it up by the left hand, right knee down to the floor. And inhale for low lunge on this side. Pat up the right knee if it needs it. Pull the left hip back. Stretch up through the arms. Then exhale, open the chest, sweep the arms around in a big circle. Inhale, arms up, palms will face each other. Then exhale as you sweep, turn the palms out and circle the arms. Inhale, stretch up nice and long. Exhale, open the chest, take a circle, then bring the hands down. Step the right foot forward, take an inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Take an exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rooting through the feet, rise up, look up, lengthen. And then exhale. Hands to heart, Samastitihi. Back to Tadasana at the front of the mat. Inhale, Utkatasana, bend the knees, chair pose. Get the weight into the heels, tailbone down. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step back into, or the right foot back into a high lunge this time. So inhale, come on up. Left knees over ankle. Pull the left hip back. Draw the ribs and belly in. Exhale, hands to the mat. Lower chaturanga, knees up or down. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, step it all the way up with the right hand. Big step, stand the ball of the back foot. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Pull the ribs and belly and lift your hip bones up towards your lower ribs to create length. Then exhale the hands down and step your left foot all the way to the front. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, fold forward, hips over heels. Then inhale, begin to bend the knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. Weight into the heels, reach up, and then exhale to Samastitihi. Inhale again, Utkatasana, bend the knees and reach up. Sink the weight back, tailbone down. Exhale, belly to thighs, then straighten the legs forward, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, step your left foot back. Stand the ball of the back foot and rise up. Inhale, pull your left hip back. Exhale. This time, interlace your fingers behind you. Inhale, open the chest as you widen across the collarbones, reaching your fingertips toward your heel, if you can. My hand's resting on my leg. It gives me a little more stability. Then release the hands down. Exhale to plank through chaturanga, shoulders no lower than the elbows. Inhale, press up through the hands and feet. And exhale, lift the hips, come to down dog. Inhale, we'll lift the left leg back and up from the inner thigh, hips level. And exhale, step it lightly up by the left hand. Stand the ball of your back foot. Come to your high lunge on an inhale. Pull the left hip back. Lengthen through the tailbone, lift the hip bones. Then interlace fingers behind you. Inhale, open the chest. So hook everything except for the index. Then you can stretch those index fingers onto the back leg. Widen across the chest. Take the shoulder blades closer toward each other. So you're squeezing those in. And then bring the hands back down and step your right foot all the way to the front. Inhale, come halfway up, look up, lengthen. Exhale, fold, hips over heels. Bend the knees, drop the hips, Utkatasana, weight into the heels. And now bring hands to heart. Lean forward, take your left elbow across and twist. Now pull your left hip back, widen your chest and lean your upper back a little bit. Maybe look up to the ceiling if you're steady. Now come to center and fold over the legs. And then looking up, bend the knees again, drop the hips, reaching up, sink back, bring hands to heart, lean forward, take your right arm across and twist. Widen across the chest, pull your right hip back. So look at your knees. If your right knee is ahead of the left knee, make sure to pull the right hip back. Come to center and fold. Inhale, halfway up, feet hips width. Take the toes with your first two fingers. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees as needed. That's fine. Stretching out the back just as much as the hamstrings. So just until you get a good stretch. Never have to go into a posture so deep that it really causes you pain. That's not good. Little pain from stretching is okay, but no more. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, back up. And now turn to face the long side of the mat. Step your feet out nice and wide. Turn your right leg all the way out, back toes in a little bit. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Then lean forward, right forearm to right thigh. And reach your left arm up and over in line with the ear for side angle, Parshvakonasana. If you've got a block, you can put the block on the ankle side of your front foot, the pinky toe side. And hand on the block or hand on the floor. On that side, gently press your right knee into your arm if you are taking the hand down. Just gently, making sure that right knee is moving toward the little toe side of the foot. Press into the front heel, warrior two, inhale. Breathing. Lift that back inner thigh up, exhale. And straighten the right leg. We'll do the other side. Turn the left leg all the way out. Make sure you're still heel to arch with the feet. Arms up, inhale. Bend the knee, exhale. Now lean forward, take left forearm to left thigh, reach your right arm up and over in line with the ear. And then maybe take the left hand to the block on the little toe side of the foot if you like, or keep forearm on thigh, or take hand to the floor. Open up the chest, open up the belly toward the ceiling as if you're turning your torso up to face the ceiling. Keep lifting the back inner thigh as you sink your back hip forward. So you're going to sink the back hip forward. Don't let the back leg collapse. Press into the front heel. Inhale, warrior two. Back arm is as high as the front. Sink into that front knee. And then straighten the leg. Take your feet to parallel. Toes in just a little bit. Bring hands to hips. Firm the legs. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Hands to the floor or a block. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, keep that length as you fold in. Crown of the head's reaching toward the floor, may or may not touch, doesn't matter, but lift the shoulders gently away from the floor and check where the weight is in the feet. If it's all in the heels, it may be all in the heels. Shift it toward the balls of the feet. That's really the tendency, is for the weight to go into the heels. Then halfway up, inhale and exhale. Keep your right hand down, lift the left arm up and twist. Get some length as you inhale. You can stay or exhale, take your right hand over toward the left leg. And open up through the chest. Lean the head back, lean the upper body back. As you twist, then come to center. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Keep the left hand in the middle of the mat. And exhale, right arm up. As you inhale, get length. Try and pull that right hip back a little bit. And exhale, if you'd like to go deeper, left hand to right ankle or leg. Try and lift up your left hip a little bit if you can. Mine has dropped more than I'd like it to. Then come back to center. Take an inhale, look up. I'll tell you, I have learned a lot about my alignment. Exhale, hands to hips, making these classes. A lot. Step or hop your feet together. Sounds like there's a motorcycle gang outside. Sorry about that. Come back to the front of the mat. Back to Samastitihi. Not that there's anything wrong with motorcycle gangs. I happen to think motorcycles are pretty cool. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. They're just loud. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, step or float back. Now, if you float back, bend your elbows, land in Chaturanga. Inhale, press up through the hands and feet, upward facing dog. And exhale, come to downward facing dog. Now, right leg lifts, inhale. Slowly draw the leg in, knee toward belly. Hold a moment, then step it up by the right hand. Stand the ball of the back foot. Let's come up with a bent back knee. Straighten the lower back and then straighten out the back leg. Pull the right hip back. Stretch up through arrow straight arms. Lift your hip bones up. Keep your belly pulled in and up. Keep your ribs drawing in and lengthen through the back body. Lengthen through the spine. Arrow straight arms. So as we make this transition in a moment, we're going to keep the belly lifted. Bring the hands down. We're going to step the right foot on top of the left foot. So take the pinky toe side of the left foot down, right foot on top for side plank Vasisthasana. Bring the top hip a little forward. You can take the bottom knee down for more support. That's always okay. Breathe here, using the belly muscles. Lift the hips so they're about in the same line. One straight line across, then come to plank pose and lower Chaturanga, knees up or down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg back and up from the inner thigh. And exhale, Draw the knee in, pause for a moment, shoulders over the wrists, so you can use all your belly muscles and lightly step it up by the left hand. Stand the ball of the back foot. Keep your back knee bent for a moment as you make this transition. Inhale, come up, pull the ribs and belly and lift the hip bones up. Tailbone lengthens down. Pull the left hip back. Stretch up through arrow straight arms. Pull the ribs and the belly in. And breathe here. So imagine your torso's like a tube of toothpaste and it's drawing all in towards center. And then as we make the transition, first take the pinky toe side of the back foot down, then step your left leg on top of the right, lift the left arm when ready. Bottom knee can come down, turn your right inner elbow just a little toward the front of the mat, try to bring your top hip slightly forward. And if you're steady, you could look up towards your top hand. And bring your left hand to the side, make your way to plank, and lower chaturanga all the way to the belly this time. Untuck the toes, bring your hands alongside your torso with your palms up. And we'll come into Shalabhasana. So first, press your pubic bone down a little, tailbone toward heels. Inhale, lift the chest and lift the legs. As you lift the legs, lift them from the inner thighs. Imagine you're holding a block between the inner thighs. Keep the back of the neck long. Don't crunch your neck. And then come down and rest. Breathing here. And reach the arms in front this time. Inhale, lift everything up, Shalabhasana variation. And you can stay with this, a nice challenging pose, or swim the arms back. Take the little toe sides of the feet. Inhale, lift up, Dhanurasana. So lift the legs up and then start to press them back. And then slowly lower down to rest. So you can stay with Shalabhasana, with locust pose, with the arms by your sides or in front, or bend the knees. Take the feet for Dhanurasana. Inhale, lift up, lifting the feet up toward the ceiling. Start to stretch them back. Stretch out the whole front of the body and breathe here. Keep the belly lifted a little bit. And then come on down and rest a moment. And then hands by your low ribs. Inhale to press into upward facing dog or cobra. Now this time we'll just come to the knees and take the hips back to the heels, back into child's pose, balasana. And then breathe here in child's pose. Imagine your inhale starts at the base of the spine and comes all the way up to the crown of the head, and your exhale comes from the crown of the head all the way back down to the base of your spine. And then come on up, tuck the toes all the way back into downward facing dog. Breathing here. Inhale, ripple the spine forward into plank. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Press back. And then look up. We'll come through and sit, stepping or hopping through to seated. You're going to cross your right knee on top of the left knee for Gomukhasana legs. Sit up nice and tall. You may also alternately extend the left leg forward. You could also sit up on a block. That makes it a little easier as well, or a blanket. But sit up nice and tall. You already might feel a good hip stretch. You could stay or exhale, walk the hands forward any amount. So my hips were super duper tight for the longest time. And believe me, I can still feel a stretch when I stretch out my hips. It's not like I don't feel anything. I do. But this posture really helped me to open up my hips over time. I would practice just doing this, and I would just sit on the floor and just kind of fold forward for about 10 minutes on each leg. And TV would be on, or just doing some reading, whatever. And it helped me because it was a great stretch for my hips that didn't bother my knees. A lot of hip openers had bothered my knees as my hips were tight. Breathing here, allow your shoulders to relax. Just allow yourself to kind of sink in. And then we'll come on up. Now bring your hands over to the foot side, so that top leg. Walk your hands all the way around in a circle, and then as you sit back down, now your left knee will be over the right. So if that didn't work, push pause, play with it. Super fun. If you'd like a modification, extend the right leg in front. Otherwise, it's knee on top of knee. Sit up tall if you have a good stretch. Stay. Exhale if you want to go deeper. Hinge from the hips, come forward. Again, try not to round the back. If you've got a yoga block handy, you could rest your head on it. It makes it a little more comfortable. So the more comfortable you can be in a stretch, the more your body can start to relax and deepen the stretch. Because we're not going to really deepen the stretch by muscling in. That doesn't work. We really deepen the stretch by ungripping and relaxing into it a little bit. So check in with your breath and see if there's any place that you can really relax. Just a couple more breaths here. And then head up, inhale, come all the way up, uncross your legs and stretch them straight out in front of you. Dandasana, pull the toes back, then inhale, arms reach, exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Use a strap if it's hard to reach the feet. So again, just come as far forward as you need to feel a good stretch, trying not to round the back. Breathing here. Head up, inhale. Release, exhale. And now crossing at the shins. I'm going to sit up on a block if you wish. I'm going to do a little pranayama. So bring on your right hand, your first finger, your middle finger down towards your hand. Close off your right nostril with your right thumb and inhale through your left nostril. Then hold and close it off. And then release your right nostril and exhale through it. Now inhale through the right nostril. Close it off. Hold the breath. And then exhale, release the left side. Exhale off of that nostril. And then we'll inhale through the left. Hold, close them both off. Lift the belly, lift the pelvic floor muscles. And then exhale right. This is called Nadi Shodhana breath, alternate nostril breathing. Inhale right. Close it off, hold the breath. And then release the left side, exhale left. Inhale left, long breath in, hold, close them both off, lift the belly, lift the pelvic floor muscles, and then exhale right. Inhale through the right side, hold, close off the right nostril, hold the breath, lift the belly, lift the pelvic floor muscles. Exhale left. Inhale left. And hold. This breathing is said to even out the amount of oxygen that the brain receives. Exhale right. So we're more dominant in one side and the other. Release the right hand of our nostrils during different times of the day. Just breathe, take a couple long breaths here. And Nadi Shodhana helps to even it all out. Now we'll come onto our backs. Draw the right knee into the chest. And then take the right knee over to the left side and twist. Look over the right shoulder. And turn the belly up toward the ceiling a little bit. And inhale, center. And draw the left knee in, right leg out, exhale. And take the left knee over to the right side, twisting. Look over the left shoulder. And then make your way to center. Draw your tailbone towards your heels. Start to stretch out the legs, shoulder blades toward the waist, arms to your sides. Take a few moments to let yourself get really, really comfortable. And then once you get into a comfortable Shavasana position, just sink in and relax. Try and just come into natural breathing with your quiet body and your quiet mind. Sink right into Shavasana. I'll be back in a minute or two. As you're here resting, I have a quote today from the late Dr. Wayne Dyer. He says, "How people treat you is their karma. How you react is yours." Take a long breath. Start to stretch out your whole body through your arms and your legs. Nice long stretch. Bend the knees, roll yourself to the right. Take a moment here to thank yourself for taking care of yourself, taking your practice today. So good for you, taking your practice. And then slowly, let's make our way up to seated. Sit nice and tall, crossing at the shins. Bring the hands together. Let's bring our hands to the forehead, reminding us to have clear and loving thoughts. And then hands to the heart to remind us to have clear and loving intentions. Hands to the mouth, reminding us to have clear and loving communications, and we'll send out some positive energy to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining us today, and push the like button. Let's see if we can get like 500 likes on this one. That would be so awesome. Share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. We've got our Ashtanga course out. It's either just out or just coming out, so look for that. And go to fightmasteryoga.com. We've got a daily practice up there as well, and you can donate. If you can't afford to donate, oh my gosh, it helps us so much. I cannot even tell you. And I thank you so much for those who have donated to help support us. You can do that on the website or a link below, and have a great day. Bye.